Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and in this video we're going to do something a bit different. Someone wrote to me on Discord asking me to review their accounts. They gave me the credentials, I logged in, and what I found was unbelievable. Really, I never saw so many mistakes in a single account. I wanted to cry. It's insane. You're going to see it. Let me know in the comments what you think. I'm close to saying that this account is beyond saving. There are a lot of things that we can improve. We're going to try and do something already in this video. I cannot obviously do all of it, otherwise the video will be probably 12, 13 hours long. No way I'm gonna do that. I will do that off stream or off video. This is not a stream, but okay. And then I will provide information to the owner of the account. I decided to censor and cover the name and the level. This is a level 385 account. The server, I think, is like 4 or 5. This is basically a day one account. It's not even free to play, which is okay, but really what we're going to see, guys, it's gonna be nuts. So be prepared. Don't be shocked too much. I sure was. Every time I clicked on something, I discovered something new that I did not think was possible. And this is not to roast these guys, just I don't understand how that is possible. Literally, it's impossible to take an account and bring it to this situation here. It's like either you don't read or you don't care, but at that point, why asking me for a review? Or maybe you're trolling me and you have, maybe this is not your main account, this is a secondary account that you purposefully made as bad as you can for these 2 years that the game has been running, just so that you can, I don't know, shock me. And I have no idea. I don't know what's going on. But okay, I think you are already probably looking forward to what this account has to offer. I sure am not. But okay, we're going to try and structure it. Maybe we can look at the box first, and then we're going to look at the rest. But guys, I have no words. I already made some changes here because it was even worse. I'm going to cover what I did in a second. But we can already see he has 2 family heads, both of them very, very low dupes. Then we have also, unfortunately, tall one, green one. You can also see we have a lot of units without proficiency 10. They don't even have the exclusive achievement unlocked. And that's what I did on some units. Like Urek was in that same situation. Same thing for Gustang. Same thing for Sharon. And also Hayura. So some of the units that can be used at 0 dupes even had proficiency 0. But also some SSR units, we're going to talk about in a second, also were in the same situation. So we had like Rainbow 5 units with 0 proficiency. Like from a day one account, I expect every single unit to be at exclusive achievement plus 30. There is no excuse not to do it. I have no idea where the resources went because it cannot do it. Even now, if I wanted to, I cannot do it on every single unit. I have no idea what happened. It can be very easily fixed. Not right now, but like it seems why, like it's so much suspendium. When I took the account, it was a 12k suspendium. I just upgraded a few units like Rapport and Proficiency, and we're already at 30k. I'm probably 1/10 of the way of what I should actually be upgrading. So I think it can get to 150k, no issues, just upgrading the stuff here. It's really, like, I do not understand why that could even happen. But okay, he also does not have Chomray, which is unfortunate, but I mean, looking at the overall situation, not even the worst thing. It's okay, I guess. Then we have, like, a good thing is that we have Evan Rainbow 5, Adam Rainbow 5, Hugo Rainbow 5, Iran Rainbow 5 is whatever, but okay. We have Data Work Mazino Rainbow 5, which is questionable. We're going to look at the build later, guys, but I don't want to spoil anything. I don't want to spoil anything. It's okay. We have our Goose Goose 3 red. He also had 0 proficiency, so I had to take this guy to exclusive achievement 30. This entire row is fine even without proficiency. We don't have enough books to do all of them, so it's okay, we can skip them. Sharon also obviously had 0 proficiency. Same thing for Eljo, same thing for Ayura. Really was crazy to see. Same thing for Shia, that one is okay-ish. Also, Alfine, 0 proficiency, etc, etc. Then we go to the SSR units. We had these two, Kunagero and Nare, 0 proficiency. Okay. And I think the rest was pretty much okay. Also, this guy had 0 proficiency, Okni. I took him to all these proficiency 10, the rest doesn't really matter. So you can already see a lot of problems. Like, you can easily take proficiency 10 on every single unit in a matter of months. I'm like, on my free-to-play account, I think after 1.5 months, I had every single unit I had on proficiency 10. Like, we get so many books, there is no reason not to. I have no idea where they went. For real, I have no idea how this could even be a thing. What's even worse, if we look at Rapport and already fixed some, we have a lot of units at Rapport 7, and you might say, okay, it's the WEN account, it's normal that they have everybody on Rapport 7. The bad thing is that they don't. So also this guy, Ice Spear Kunagero, 0 dupes, no proficiency, Rapport 7. Then we go down, we had Rapport 0 Evan, I took him to 6. Everything that you see that is not 7, except for this guy here, and Shiliel. Everything else I leveled, and also Yuri, obviously. I'm not gonna take a unit to Rapport 1. So this Evan was a Rapport 0. These are Gusgus, Rapport 0. Sharon, Rapport 0. I only took her to Rapport 6 just for the barrier break. We also had Ayura, Rapport 0. The other Ayura, Rapport 0. And, well, we still have a lot of them. Like, look. We have Princess of Zard, Rapport 0. We have too many units. Also these two, but I mean, they had proficiency 0, I had no expectations for the Rapport. We have a lot of units at Rapport 0. Most of them should already be Rapport 4. I will take the most important ones at Rapport 4. Then your carries should be Rapport 6. I don't know why we have this kind of situation. Also, a lot of units have exclusive achievement plus 40. It's a complete waste. Do plus 35, and that's it. Maybe just your carries or your, I don't know, the units you like the most, you can get to plus 40, but there is very little reason to do it like this. It's really a bit too much. So Rapport is messed up. The proficiency is messed up. It's really crazy. I don't think we saw all the units that we have here. So for yellow, we already kind of talked about it. It's fine. I mean, it's the best element they have, I'd say. Then we have purple. For some reason, there is this Machini, the XSR plus Machini, a Rainbow 5, and XSR plus Garam is not Rainbow 5. Okni is not Rainbow 5. I don't know why this unit would even be there. Probably just for the skin, I guess. But yeah, okay, complete garbage. Data Gustan, old unit, I guess. So yeah, but again, garbage. So we don't really need him. We have an Eljo low dupes. Fine, we can use him for utility. We have at 0 dupes Hayura. We definitely want to use her. The rest of the units are just fine. Just these two that don't have Revolution. They don't have exclusive achievement. They have nothing. That's what it is. For red, we have Viol, Evankel, and Albelda. On an old account, it's kind of normal to see that. So no big deal. We don't have a maxed out Gusten, so that's unfortunate. We have a maxed out Cherry, which is good. And that's more or less it. The rest of the stuff is basically irrelevant. For blue, we have Revolution Bomb, Geyser, okay. Again, we don't have Rainbow 5 XSR plus Garam. That is unfortunate. We don't have Rainbow 5 Hockney. The rest is just whatever. Urek, we're probably going to use, even at 0 dupes, but it is really unfortunate. Then for green, we have Ren maxed out. That's normal on old accounts, so no big deal. We have Princess of Zard and Anniversary maxed. So that's okay. The rest of the stuff is entirely irrelevant. Now, this is really insane. Like, the lineup is fine. The fact we don't have family heads is a bit of a bummer, but it's acceptable. We can work around it. Now we move on to the next topic. That is what these units are running for Revolution and Ignition weapons. We're going to start with Revolution because it's already a pretty crazy topic. We're going to start with Evan. We have him here. We go Revolution, and I see this on a lot of people that also submitted account reviews on my Discord. Why level 1? Can someone in the comments give me an explanation as to why you would go level 1? It's not that much for the waste of resources, even though if you do that on every single unit, it's obviously going to be a lot of orange mats. But why? Like, you're getting no value out of it. 0.2 max cooldown reduction, 0.3% special move resistance, 0.3% recovery received, 0.6%. Like, what are these things even going to do? You either go plus 20 or you leave it at plus 0. I don't know if plus 1 for you is cooler to see. I would personally hate it, but literally no reason. Some nodes you can level less than others, sure, like accuracy and some others if you don't have the resources. You don't need to max them out, but most of them wants the plus 20, especially tier 4 and above. They scale in such a weird way that basically level 20 is 4 times the value of level 10. So why stop at this 31% HP when you have 120% here? And even worse when you just start out with 0.6. Literally no reason to. But this is not even the worst. I saw a lot of people doing it. Maybe they prefer to see the 1 instead of the node that is not even unlocked. I don't know. I would prefer to see it blank, but maybe it's just me. But then we go ahead and we have another scenario that I see very, very frequently. People leveling up every single node slowly. Why? Again, literally, some nodes are worthless. You should only level the ones that the unit need. And when you do level them, you take them to plus 20. You don't go, oh, I can do 3 levels, let me do 3 levels. No, wait. 3 levels are not going to do shit for you. Wait until you have the resources to go 20 directly. There is really no reason to go a little bit at a time. And especially not across the board. Like on Eden, for example, you don't need attack, you don't need crit damage, you don't need HP, you don't need recovery received 100%, you don't. You don't need basic attack pierce, and you maybe if you want max cooldown reduction is optional, definitely you don't need 2.2% max cooldown reduction. So this is a complete waste. Complete waste. Makes 0 sense. Don't ever do it. Okay? Just look at what the unit need. If you don't know, because maybe my website is not updated, I still have to migrate a lot of stuff to my website, ask on Discord. Some people will tell you what the unit needs, and you only invest in that because you don't get a lot of this. It is a very scarce material. Don't act like you have a ton of it. You don't. Even like at the moment I have 800,000 of these. I'm not using it because I know I'm poor as fuck and I have 800k. If I don't need a node, I don't unlock it. There is literally 0 value from doing so. This 15% recovery received is one of the most garbage nodes we have in the game. Why even bother? So that's, again, the second scenario I see very, very often. Then, okay, this is the exact same scenario, but on data work Mazin, which is even worse. This guy is complete garbage. But okay, then we have Irang with no level ups. She could have deserved some, to be honest. But, I mean, instead of looking +1 in everything and looking at +10 in everything, I prefer it this way a lot more. So don't touch her. It's fine like this. Like, she doesn't need offensive stats at the moment. You could go a bit of swiftness. You could go accuracy. Maybe, not really. Affected, maybe, not necessarily. So maybe just swiftness would be enough, but it's okay, leave it at 0. You don't have the resources to care about her. And we also have Hugo, which is a bit better, so we have some plus 20 nodes. Even though we still have the plus 1 here and there for some reason. We don't have the plus 20 on attack. We do have it on bonus elimination energy, and not attack, and not max cooldown reduction. It is really weird to see this kind of investment, but at least it's not the worst we've seen at the moment. This one doesn't even have it. Okay, maybe we can move to some other units, but you get the idea, I guess. And we are going to look maybe at the last two, and then we move to the SSR units. So this one is the same as Evan, probably supports our level 1, the other one's level 0 or level random. I don't know, pretty weird. Then we go white. White is 20 across the board. Way better than seeing plus 10, but some nodes are not needed. Like this one could have stopped at 10, 8, maybe even less. This is one of the few nodes you can afford to have a bit less. Evasion, if you don't have enough, this one has 0 value. So first you have to check if your evasion can be like 200, 300 above the enemy accuracy, and then you invest in it. If your evasion would still be lower than the enemy accuracy, then it's still doing nothing. You should not invest in it. But it is a fairly cheap node, so it's okay. HP, we're going to see the ignition weapon build. For the ignition weapon build of this guy, this makes very little sense. And also in general is not a node I would recommend. Crit damage is obviously fine. Defense for the build of this guy also doesn't make any sense. And if you're going HP, you should go both of them together when you go resistance white. Critical hit resistance, also kind of helpful on a resistance build. Not his case, so nope. Special move resistance, entirely worthless. So the issue with warriors is that for DPS units, they have garbage revolution. For tanks, they're fine if they can leverage this and still run resistances. For DPS units is complete garbage. These units should have just had the crit damage, a little bit of lifesteal if you really want to, effect resistance, that's it. Max cooldown reduction is too expensive. I don't normally recommend it. Unless you are obviously spending on the game, then you can afford it. But like this is really too much. Then these units are not built. Now, let's look at Albedo before we move on to SSR units, because I'm just curious, I've not seen everything. So yeah, for some reason, like support SSR plus units have 1 levels in everything. I don't want to see that. I don't think I want to see... Let's look at Princess, because Princess is going to be important. So let's look at that. So we go here, Revolution. Oh boy. Okay, she also has warrior stuff, so it's garbage. But at the very least, the crit damage, I would have liked to see 20. The rest, and also this one. These two nodes, definitely level 20. If he could take it from white and give it to Princess, that would be for the best. So yeah, Revolution, definitely no, not good. Please tell me this one doesn't have anything. 1 everywhere, okay, no, but fine. Now over to something probably even worse than what we've seen so far. Let's look at SSR units. We go here, 10 levels everywhere. Complete waste of materials. Do not ever invest on SSR units before your SSR Plus are all taken care of. SSR units get so little from these stats. Like the only exception would be effect resistance. Effect resistance, you can level it up on supports. 10 levels are like what? I think 2.5k orange math at best, maybe 3k, I don't recall. But yeah, you can do that on supports and tanks and whatever. That is okay. Attack makes no sense. Well, other than on tank hats, that makes literally 0 sense. But in general, even on DPS units, spending that many resources for a 31% is not worth it. Max cooldown reduction for a 7.9% is not worth it. There were some cases, like for an array, when you were doing boss fights in the past, that she was used. That was beneficial in some scenarios, but no thanks. Now, with the SSR Plus upgrade stuff, you could take some units to plus 20. The thing is that they're not going to count for the archive. So I'd only do it when you have the resources, but you need to have a ton of it. This is definitely not the case, so don't bother. This is garbage. And the issue is that you're going to see it on most of the units that have Revolution 6. So we're going to see Joaquin. I don't remember if he has it. Yeah, okay. 10 levels everywhere. Another massive, massive waste of resources. Then we have Kiseya. 10 levels everywhere. Massive, massive waste of resources. We go Hayura. Okay, this one is a bit better, but still we have some levels 10. That make no sense. Especially like all of this stuff is costing you purple. Like it's super expensive, like these tier ones. But it's really crazy. So I don't know. We take Varagarv. Plus 10 everywhere. These, if you're doing it for whatever reason, please guys stop. I don't want to see it. I cannot see something like that. Reflejo, I think it's gonna be the same. 10 levels everywhere. Guys, are you rich or what? Like, this is something I would never do. I'm sitting on 800k Orange Revolution mats. I would never even think of doing something like this. It would never cross my mind. This is beyond crazy. This is such a waste of resources. I have no words. Okay, for supports at the very least is not doing it, but still 1 level, 2 levels. That would trigger me so hard if I saw it on my account. I don't want to see Anna with anything. 10 levels everywhere. Like, there are so many resources wasted. I don't even know where to begin. It's really insane. It's really insane. Please, I have not checked this one before, and please tell me I'm not gonna see 10, like level 10 in all 3. Okay, level 1. It's still crazy, but at least it's not level 10. Maybe even Cherry will have level 10 everywhere. Actually, Cherry only swiftness, which is fine. It's okay. That is perfect. Well, okay. Weird. I was not expecting that. To be honest, I was already... Okay, this one is not disappointing though. It's 10 levels everywhere again, except for these two that are plus 5. No, guys, please don't ever do something like this. Please. I already wasted too much time on this revolution stuff, but it was really crazy. Then we have another major thing. We have ignition weapons. The sets are not always wrong in terms of which set they're wearing, but what is 100% wrong are the stats. If we look here, we have effect hit, which wouldn't be the worst on this unit because she does have some stuff you want to land, but literally not as a DPS. I mean, you can still run it. It is not the worst, so we can move on to the next one. Then we have critical hit rate. Wouldn't be the worst. It's okay. But we saw she doesn't even have crit damage in the Revolution subnode for some reason. So this one, I probably took one that is a wrong example. But if you look at the stats, you cannot go around with Princess on 41 swiftness. So one of the next topics is going to be the 3 Essence, because that is also beyond crazy. I've never seen something like that. And this is not a number you want to see. So definitely we need to improve Rapport. We're going to do it right now. And unfortunately I have to use some of this. We need, if I remember correctly, 175 for Rapport 7. We're going to not take it to Rapport 7. Let's do 160 for now of this Medal of Honor. So we can do 160. We take those, it's probably going to be Rapport 5, and then we're going to see. Rapport 5. No, actually Rapport 6. We need 161. Then it's 175 for the Rapport 7. Okay. So we take it. Perfect. We're a bit happier.
What's the next
66 swiftness. Obviously not the best, but what can we do? So that is addressed. Now I was talking about the ignition weapons. If we take a look, also this guy, crit damage reduction. This is not a piece that should ever be taken to plus 20. There's literally 0 use cases. Critical hit rate on Eden that doesn't even crit is beyond useless. Now let's take the next unit. We have Sundance, Data Work Masino, something I've never seen. And if we look at the stats, we have enough physical resistance, but no magic resistance at all. Would have been better if it was the opposite, but if we look at the pieces, we have crit damage, and we have physical resistance with magic pierce. So lots of random things all over the place. Like literally ignition weapon builds here are completely random. Crit damage reduction, critical hit resistance. 2 of the most useless stats you will ever see. Then for Yugo, crit damage reduction again, useless. Critical hit rate on an assassin is also really useless. So we see a lot of plus 20 sets with random stuff. Literally random, guys. These I cannot fix because we only have 600 keys. Maybe I can try something with the pieces he has, but it's gonna be really hard. Like, this is insane. Like, the ignition weapon builds are insane. Are really insane. I don't know how else to express it. They make no sense. Crit damage increase on a builder, critical hit resistance. And you might say, yes, but it doesn't have to go resistance necessarily. Yeah. I mean, guys, it's what, 50 deficit? What is that? No, it's 40 deficit. Literally, if you build everyone with resistances, it will never die. Also now, if we just auto progress, it will never die. Like, it's impossible to lose at that deficit. Impossible. So this is just going 100% random. Magic resistance, okay, cool. Critical hit rate, why? So many weird things. I also wanted to double check. Now, Princess we already looked at. I think we're kind of okay. Maybe maybe Evan. Critical damage on Evan. Critical hit resistance, no. Like, this is not stuff you can see, guys. Pay attention to your units. I have a guide on my website talking about in general what you want to build on units. Then if I have the investment guide for that unit, you can look at that. If it's not there, I will migrate it sooner or later. I'll see when I have the time. But if I keep on replying to people on Discord, I will never find the time to do it. But okay. So that was really a lot to take in. Now, be ready. We're going to look at the origin orb, but that's going to be quick because it's finished. So we might even skip it, to be honest, but let's look at it. Everything is maxed out. That's great. We have nothing to say here. One less thing to worry about. But then we go in the Terrestrial facility, and you can already clearly see the issue. Every single node of every single page of every single tree essence has only A rank roles. Okay, there is one exception. Which we're going to lock immediately because we don't want to see something like that. Okay, so every single node, except one, has 3 A's in it. So what do you think the stats are going to be? Complete garbage all over the place, nothing that makes sense. I think I've never seen a Essence facility this bad. I've never seen it. Defense increase this high, all of this random stuff. Like, I don't know where to start. Like, I will have to unlock everything here and then start from scratch. I will need to preserve maybe the ones that are a bit better. This one is complete garbage, so we can start immediately changing it. This one is not a will account. We can go accuracy. Let's go only accuracy. I don't want to be interrupted too frequently. We can go B rank in this one with swiftness. Ignore everything that is not that, and we can start. So please guys, also for the true essence, I have a guide. Your number one priority is get every single node with the third line with swiftness. Period. It's better if it's 2.5 and above, but the first time you're going to get it, if you get a B that is like 2.1, you can temporarily leave it like that and move on to the next node. Like we're going to do in a second if we are lucky enough to get a swiftness soon. Hopefully we do. I don't want to stay here looking at this stat change for a very long time. I'm going to do it passively, probably tomorrow. It's going to take a long time. But yeah, this is something we can fix with the amount of resources he has, because doing 100 cost pre-rolls, I think with 600k we can get B rank swiftness everywhere, something like that. And he does have some swiftness, so I think he has some A rank here and there, which is okay, which is definitely good. We're never gonna roll those. And yeah, hopefully it speeds up a bit. But yeah, like, true essence, guys, is so important. You want that swiftness as soon as possible. It's gonna help you like crazy. And the other stat on the second row is less important. You can have accuracy, you can have something else, it is okay. So we're going to lock this. Before I even try to roll for the second stat, I move on to the next node. We don't have unlimited resources, so we have to start. I would love for them to keep the same choice also here, so that they don't have to select it every single time. But okay. At the very least, they keep the ignore all A rank, except for the ones I select. So that's what I will have to do. Every single node will need that swiftness as the last row. That's it. Don't worry about rerolling like evasion A or accuracy A. Get rid of them. They don't care. Like, they don't matter. It's really not important. Then there are people that might be running magic resistance or accuracy or evasion. That will depend on your account. Evasion, don't do it unless you're a whale. I can already tell you that. Enemy in adventure will have way higher accuracy than your evasion will ever get unless you invest in archive. And for that, again, you need to be a whale. So don't bother with that. Almost an A rank, okay. And for accuracy, it is going to be important in the later stages because you're not going to get a lot of stats out of it. But like, it's not a priority. Like, during the reroll process, unlock everything. So in this case, I would also reroll the A rank accuracy. I'm not going to do it because I'm sure there are going to be worse nodes that will need my attention before that, like this one, for example, or this one too a little bit. This one is garbage, so we can reroll it. But yeah, you can leave the good ones for last and just focus on all the other ones. Once every single node has swiftness, then you can start re-rolling for the second stat. Well, let me check if I had this set up correctly. A, B, perfect. Only swiftness. I always leave the A rank here just in case it is a maxed out one. And if I feel like it, I might keep it. But 99.9% of the time I just re-roll it anyway. They will count. They will count. Look, here we got a 2.18. Normally you would re-roll it, but in this current situation we need first to get every single node with B, then we try to get every single roll above 2.5, and then we can think about the second stat. So this one I'm going to keep it, but it will be re-rolled eventually. This one also basically garbage. You can go accuracy, you can go here, swiftness B, and we keep going like this. This is going to be the last node, the rest I will do while not recording. So yeah, really guys, super important that the true essence is set. After the true essence, I don't think we have to look at a lot of things. We can maybe look at the team comps, but really with what he has, I think number one priority is true essence. Second priority is getting the ignition weapons right, because we cannot really see those ignition weapons, at least on the carries. Then everyone else can wait. I will try to improve at the very least the 5 carries is going to use. First, we're going to start with 4 because he's only floor. No, wait, he already needs 5. Okay. We're going to give some sets to Urek because he didn't have any. Stuff like that. But yeah, I will not fix every single unit. It would take too long. It makes no sense. This account is already stressing enough, to be honest. So yeah, I don't think we have anything else to see. We already talked about Rapport, we already talked about Proficiency, we already looked at the box, we already talked about the 3 Essence, we looked at Revolution and Ignition Weapons. That should be all of it, I'd say. I've not looked at the trials, it doesn't matter, I'd say. And yeah, really, really good. Okay, so a lot of work that will have to be done. Let's just double check other things just to make sure. Let's also look at what is summoning for. Rock. I'm sure he has better units. Yep. So we can add Leroro. Also, these 2 guys can explode. I'm sure we can fight something like someone more important. Maybe Yellowy wouldn't be a bad pick. Blarode for sure. Misang as well. So actually before Yellowy we do Misang. So that's probably the lineup I would go for. Not that it really matters. For the archive, you cannot really control it, but like with these stats, you're not going to go anywhere. You cannot run an evasion build unless you have, I would say, bare minimum 1000 evasion, 900 maybe. And at that point, you can consider it. Otherwise, it really makes no sense. And yeah, okay, we upgraded a lot of stuff, so we have a lot of question marks already. I don't know, let me know in the comments. This was a lot to take in. This account is in really bad shape. We can fix it. We can maybe look at the bag a little bit. You can see he has no black market tickets, unfortunately. But he can push so much, so it's not a problem. You can also see, okay, well, we already knew that he has no Orange Revolution mats. Also, in terms of extruded equipment materials, he had way less than that. I had to open some boxes he had to spare. I don't know why he has like 15k of this one, but no of the other 2. They were like 2k each. I had to open boxes to get to like 5k in both of them. I don't know why. He still has a lot of these that he can open. To be honest, I might do it, but maybe it's better if we wait for the new SSR unit. They're random anyway, so it's difficult for them to land on the right units. He still has a lot of gift selection boxes that I'm probably going to use quite a few of. We have this one. This one should never be bought. It's like 2.5 million coins for this Shinsu box, and he never even opened it. You don't need Shinsu anymore. It's a waste, so don't buy it. And here he has a lot of boxes of everything, and the rest doesn't really matter. Let me have a quick look at Ignition Weapons, just to see if we have enough to even consider doing anything. Seems like we have enough in number, so maybe we can find something good in there, hopefully. But yeah, let me know, guys, what you think of this account, if you think it can be saved or not, and let me know if you were making some of the mistakes we saw on this account. Hopefully not, because there were some very tragic ones. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you learned something, or I don't know, I hope you shared a little bit of my, I don't know how to define it. I don't want to say depression. I don't want to say whatever. So I hope you enjoyed seeing me, I don't know, stunned, whatever. It was really a lot to take in. When I saw it for the first time, I cannot really start to think how an account could get to this point. It was really beyond belief. But okay. So again, thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you tomorrow for a new video. Hopefully, we'll see. So see you then. Bye.